Did you watch Luca and now you've got some Vespa questions? I've got you. So my friends and coworkers actually think I'm bizarro for riding scooters, but Luca has captured some excitement, and so now I've got them coming to me asking questions because they're just excited about scooters after seeing the movie, even those friends that didn't like the movie. So I've collected those questions and we're going to cover those in this video. But don't worry, I'm not sharing any spoilers. So even if you haven't seen Luca, have you seen parts of this trailer? It's a Disney movie, it's called Luca, and every time I saw this trailer, I would hit skip ad. There aren't scooters in the trailer, but I found out through these random questions from people that the whole movie is about a scooter. And then I saw that Vespa put something on their Instagram feed with this image here, and that had me all ready to pop that popcorn and get cozy on the couch to watch the movie. Spoiler alert. It's a movie about some kids chasing a Vespa dream. If you haven't seen it yet and you want to, you can only watch it on Disney Plus as far as I'm aware. You can use my link below to get Disney Plus, but know that it is not free. So it all starts with these mermaids that meet, and the one boy shows the new to land boy.
What are you doing?
His people collection a la Little Mermaid style.
Come on, I'll show you some more stuff.
But Luca sees this Vespa poster on the wall, and he's in awe, and he's like, what's that?
Oh, it's just the greatest thing that humans ever made. The Vespa.
So you can imagine these like preteen boys having a good time with the Vespa. But now let's move into those questions. So what is the difference between a Vespa and a motor scooter? Because I'm gonna use the terms interchangeably here. Long story short, Vespa is simply a brand of scooter. And in the US, scooters are motorcycles. We're here talking about Luca, so we're gonna say that it's cooler than a motorcycle. So I didn't even know this whenever I started riding, that these are classified as motorcycles, but I knew Vespa, and I actually thought that that was the name of this. So like you wanted something on two wheels with this style, it was called a Vespa. I didn't know it was a brand. Did you know that Vespa means wasp in Italian? There's your language lesson for the day. Essentially, Vespa is made by Piaggio. The Piaggio group, who makes a bunch of different scooters, and you might have even seen the Piaggio brand. We'll call them cousins. But Vespa's been around for over 75 years. If you have looked at anything scooters, you might see all these different numbers with CCs next to it, and they're just talking about the engine size because that matters how fast you want to go. And I've got a whole video for you that talks about the different sizes and how to pick the right one for you. But we'll keep this light and say the lower the number, the slower it will go, the higher the number, the faster you can go.
Oh, okay, here we go.
And are Vespas expensive than other scooters? Yes, they are more expensive than other scooters in the comparable engine size ranges. There are some differences that make Vespa more expensive for a reason, and I've got a video here about whether Vespa's worth it, where I kind of go into those details that what makes a Vespa unique and more expensive, and whether that might be worth it for you. So these next questions are more about motor scooters in general versus the whole Vespa motor scooter conversation. Like, can you drive a scooter on a sidewalk? I'm sorry, no. Most cities have rules about how fast you can ride anything on a sidewalk, and scooters definitely go beyond those feet. Can two people ride on a scooter? Yes. I will say that on the smaller size scooter, it could be a little cramped, but if you see these foot pegs, that tells you that a second person can ride on the scooter. Can you drive a scooter on a freeway?
Luca, that's crazy.
Some of them you can, but if you'll notice, most freeways, the minimum speed on them are going to be in that 60 to 65 mile per hour range, and something like this that's close to that 125, 150 cc range will go over that 60 mile per hour mark. But these scooters are not designed to hold at their max speed for long periods of time. So if I ever decided that I wanted to take these tiny wheels onto a freeway, it would be for a very short stint. Back roads are more fun. And if you see a 50 cc, sometimes people call those mopeds. Those should never be on a freeway. Some people will do some mods and do some crazy things on them, but in general, you should never see a 50 cc on a freeway.
I thought of every single thing we're gonna need. Also, I added flames.
So who exactly are scooters practical for? Well, anybody that wants to ride one, but you're definitely gonna see more of these in places with better weather, college towns, city environments, things like that. But I live in the 4th largest city in the US. I don't see a lot of scooters on the road, even though we have warm weather most months of the year here.
Soon you'll be ours, sweet Vespa.
But But the most important thing to take away from Luca the movie is that scooters are awesome. The whole point of this channel is to help others see how affordable, practical, and fun scooter riding really is. So watch this next video if you're interested in understanding whether a Vespa is worth it or if you should save your money and get something different. Be seen and be safe, scooter friend.